figured it was probably a good time for story time.
You got one?
No, dude. You want me to?
All my stories end with me getting my ass whipped.
Well, I was telling you the story about the turkey that I got on by myself down in Florida this year.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it'd be fun to tell that story because I got some visuals. So, I have had access to this property. They let me come out and turkey hunt some. I've worked with this landowner a lot, and he's got a lot of land, but he's got one parcel he kind of holds back, and lets a few folks hunt on it, and I'm one of them. So I spent some time on the property, and it's got a lot of that old Florida pasture. He's running cows on it, and a lot of pines, planted pines that burn frequently, scattered out through there. A couple of places where there's some hardwood hammocks that are really nice. And there's this one particular hardwood hammock that's adjacent to an open pine stand. He's burning frequently. And then there's big pasture with live oaks kind of scattered out through it. And I see turkeys right there just all the time. Just a killing spot. And they would roost in that hardwood hammock. So I knew that. And I was going to get the chance, which is pretty rare these days, that I get hunt by myself. And so I enjoy hunting with people, but it's nice to have one to yourself every once in a while. So I decided I was going to go hunt on this place. But the way that the hardwood hammock is situated, you don't really have any choice except for to be in the pasture when they wake up. And so I'm gonna get under this turkey that I didn't roost on. I just know this is a roost site. There's probably gonna be one gobbling. So I slip in there really early before the turkeys are woken up. I'm probably set up 20 minutes before we hear an early gobble. I've been in there really early. And I get set up on this big live oak. I had to clip out a little hole in it. There's a bunch of greenbrier, kind of clustered all around in there. So I clipped out a little hole where I could slip in it. And it's got some low-lying limbs, it's got limbs kind of all out in front of me. But I'm guessing 80 yards from where the closest turkey would be roosted in that hammock. So we, starts getting up a little closer to gobble time. And I just sat there just like I am right now. I didn't have my stuff on. And I was like, okay, it's kind of getting gobble time. So I pulled my mask up like that, and was just sitting there waiting on them to wake up. I usually wait till they wake up myself. I don't usually call it or do anything. I like them to just kind of do that natural. Well, about that time, a turkey gobbled, just like he's supposed to, right where he's supposed to be, and he's 90 yards from me. I was like, okay, I'm in the game. I'm right where I need to be. They love strutting right out in front of me, all through there. And he might just pitch into my lap. But there's a cross fence that it's like a hog panel. They can't step through it. They gotta fly over it. But it's just a cattle fence, a low fence. It's not anything special. But I know they don't like to cross it, so I really want him to pitch over it into my pasture. That's really the ticket, is to make sure when he comes off the roost, he does that. So I was sitting there, and he gobbled, and then he was so close, because I've got straight line of sight, essentially, to the turkey. And I was looking kind of up at him, and I couldn't see him. I was trying to make him out in the tree. That's how close he was. And I was like, I'm exposed. Like, he's close enough, he might see me right here. And now he's awake. And I had not gotten out any calls or anything. So I'm just looking up, just trying to catch movement, and I, just slowly start reaching over like this. I've got all my stuff in my right pouch right here. And it was also, the turkey's kind of to my left like this. So I just kind of start reaching over there, and I got my glove on, so I can't feel what the hell's going on. I'm just, I set down that, and I realized I had those in my pants. Just the wrong pocket. So I zipped it back. You gotta be quiet. You're gonna scare the turkeys. So anyway, I unzipped my other pocket. And I reached out in there. And meanwhile, this turkey's now gobbled 3 times. And I'm trying to find him, but I don't want to look or move. But I can reach over here and fiddle around. So I kind of pull up my call like this. And I look down. It was this kid's. So I've got 2 young children, and every time I pull out a turkey call, they want to get involved in it. So I got them this little $10 training call. So I looked at it, and I just kind of giggled, and I said, I guess that's what it's going to be. So I left the training wheels on it to start with, but then I was like, you know what, I'm going to go home and open this thing up. And I got it like that.
You ain't got to lie. You left the training wheels on.
So then I reached over there and I just grabbed a peg. I've got a few of them in there. This is the one that I got. And I was like, well, I guess this is what it's going to be if I just... And I did that. And I gobbled at it. And I was like, fuck yeah. Okay. He gobbled. And he clearly answered me. Like he knows I'm here. So now I'm like, and it's still early. He gobbled really early the first time. So I was just sitting there and I'm like, man, I ought to be able to see him on the tree. And then it started getting close to fly down time. And he'd gobbled several times. And I was looking and I just couldn't find him in the tree. And then I thought, I better remind him I'm here just because I need him to pitch over that fence to me. And if he gets in the pasture with me, I'm in business. But if he flies down on the other side, it ain't gonna happen. You can't get him to cross the fence for nothing. I have gotten one to cross the fence one time and I couldn't, but it's harder. So I decided I'm going to, make another call. So I did that, and one gobbled in the next live oak.
Next to you?
Right behind me.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, it scared the shit out of me. Literally, I had to change my britches after. Not literally. But, I was glad I had some dude wipes. So now I'm sitting there and I've got a turkey 50 yards is what I was guessing based on the gobble. It turned out it was about 45 yards. I kind of, stepped it off after all this went down. But when that turkey answered me, and this is the only time he's gobbled, when he answered me, the turkey in front of me got really upset about that. Like he started gobbling, just gow, gow. And then they kind of went back and forth a couple of times, and I'd made that one club. Well then, the turkey in front of me, I literally laughed out loud because he decided he was going to fly down. And as he hit at least 8 trees, when he was flying down, it sounded like he was in a pinball machine. He's like, that was a 300-point one right there, And it, I just heard him hit several things, and I thought, this didn't go the way you planned it, did it? But you could hear it, like he was so mad. And he pinballed down through there, and then he landed right out in front of me, about 75 yards, on the wrong side of the fence. But that son was strutting before he hit the ground. He just, I told Will when we were on the podcast, I think it's coming out, or it may already come out. But I told him on the podcast, I was like, how the hands do the broken wing? Well, he was doing that for like 10 minutes, because I think he broke his wing. Like he was trying to strut, he's got his wing hanging. So that son of a gun was so fired up, and he just went to strutting, and he stopped gobbling. He didn't gobble another time on the ground, for a while. Dogs are running them to us. You know what? He smelled that peanut butter. So he just goes to strutting out in front of me, and now I'm like in the perfect position because I can see everything all around me. So the turkey that was behind me, he's now gobbled a few times, and he flies down. I hear him. He did not sound like he was in a pinball machine. He did a regular one. So he flies down, and he kind of flies to my right, and I'm stuck. I can't turn and look. But when he hits the ground, he now starts gobbling a lot. So he's gobbling at every little thing that comes over, just gobble. And I can't look over there because it's pasture and open, and I don't know if he's in the open or not, but it sounds like he's in gun range, and he's kind of doing it, and I hear him spitting and drumming, and meanwhile I'm just looking at the turkey out in front of me, and he's just strutting all around doing his thing, and the turkey finally works his way kind of around where he's about right here, in my line of view, so I can now cut my eyes at him. And he's about 60 or 70 yards, a little bit out of range. And now I'm looking at him, and he's strutting, and this other one's strutting. Have you ever seen that video where the guy's like, "What's your name?" And the guy's like, "What?" He goes, "What's your name?"
Yeah.
And he goes, "Tony." He says, "Thank you, Tony." That's what these turkeys were doing. This turkey got around where they could see each other, and they're both strutting, and meanwhile this one's gobbling his face off, just like every little thing. There was a caterpillar on the fence that pooted it. He gobbled it there. So it was like every sound. And finally, they're probably 60 yards apart, looking at each other, strutting and all that. And they're on either side of the fence, and neither one of them's going to come over the fence. They've already decided that. But the turkey just kept gobbling, and finally it was like the one across there got mad. And he's like, "Damn it." So he would gobble, and the other one would gobble back. They gobbled again and gobbled back. And they did that for like 20 minutes, where they were just gobbling at each other. But I could tell, like the turkey out in front did not want to gobble. He went a long time to that, but he finally just couldn't handle it anymore. And he's looking at this other turkey gobbling. And this turkey is strutting right there, and he's just out of my range. And I'd have to turn a good bit. And I need him to kind of just keep hooking around in between us. So, meanwhile, I'm in this pasture, right? And there's kind of this rolling hill going behind the turkey out in front of me. So it's like, I can't see over the crest of the hill. But the crest is probably 100 yards from me. And he's, 60, 70 roughly, just out of range. And he's strutting all around, and he finally starts gobbling at this other turkey gobbling. And there was this low-lying fog. It's about the height of a turkey. And I was just looking, just watching this all unfold, just enjoying it. You know, it was so fun. I hadn't made a turkey call. I can't do anything except just watch them and enjoy it. And I was looking at the one out in front of me that was strutting, and he had a big live oak right behind him, and then that ridge and the low-lying fog. And all of a sudden, I see a turkey come running down the damn ridge from the right to left. It kind of popped over the hill, and then a second one, and a third one, and they were running like single file. And they ran down the ridge and ran around that live oak, and then it button hooked in there right to that damn turkey and went to fighting. I mean, just trying to whip him. It was 3 long beards. And I was like, oh my God. And, you know, they're just, and this one over here is just gobbling at them, just looking, you know, just, it's like, yeah, get their ass. Get him. Get his ass. So he's over there watching it, just like, you know, and they do that for maybe 30 seconds, you know, and then it's like the big turkey bowed up. And he's like, and they turned around and ran single file back around, button hooked, and then right back across the ridge and over it, you know, and right under the edge of that fog. And they ran after him and ran over it. So meanwhile, this other turkey that's 60 yards from me standing there, he's at the fence, like, you know, like, what the hell's going on over there? Just enjoying it, you know. He's like, yeah, he got it. And I, you know, this is that situational awareness. I thought, it's time now. I'm gonna remind him, hey, there's a sweet young lady over here that would love to see you strut right here in my face. So I thought, you know, I've got my gun, and I'm trying to work all this out, and I can't move because he's got a clear line of sight to me. But I thought, he's strutting a lot. When he gets strut, I've got my gun right here, you know, sitting on me. But I can roll my knee over to just a little bit. And when he struts and blocks himself with his fan, I can move my knee and just set my gun there, and now I'm in a better position. So I thought, I'm going to do that. So he turns and struts, and I do that, and I got away with it. And I had this slate sitting in. Remember, I didn't have a diaphragm in or nothing. So I've got no options except the slate. So I waited on him to be strutting away, and I just went. And then I set it down, and that was in my face in 3 seconds. He heard that, and it was just like the timing was perfect. And he came out of strut and ran directly to me. And I shot him. Just killed him dead right there. And I was just like, oh my God. Like, there was this craziest hunt. Like, all that crap happened, and I got to see it all, you know, play out. But it was such an amazing thing. And I went and found the tree that he was roosted in. You know, it was like 50 yards almost on the nose. 40-something yards. And it was just, I had to have walked right past him coming up the pasture, but I was there early. But it was just this crazy hunt.
Man, that would have been an awesome hunt, even if you didn't get him.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I was sitting there thinking. It's like, man, this is so good.
Two questions.
That was the old $10 special right here.
2 questions.
Yeah.
So you called him up with your Fisher Price pot call. And you called just like that?
Yeah.
Now that's the guy who said that I was good enough on, what did you call it, a clamshell? You out here with a Fisher Price pot call.
That's good enough.
It's good enough.